Hey guys, IceWire here, and today we're talking about some Pokemon stuff. So in case you've been living under a rock given the past day or so, there was a new Pokemon game announced, Gen 8, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I'm very excited. So basically what I want to do with this video is I want to talk about the starter Pokemon and just what I think of the reveal in general. I have to be really careful with how much footage I use because Nintendo will eat my ass if I'm not careful, and I really don't want that. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first up we do have 3 new starters, which is exciting. We got Sobble, Grookey, and Scorbunny. Now Sobble is the water type Pokemon, Scorbunny is the fire type, and Grookey is the grass type. Now, this might be a slightly controversial opinion, but aside from Litten, I wasn't too keen on the starter Pokemon in Sun and Moon. That's just a personal opinion. Like, I don't know, I didn't really gravitate towards the other 2 more. It could be just because I like cats, but yeah, it's probably because I like cats. But just looking at these 3 new Pokemon here, I like all of them. I think all 3 are really great. My favourite would probably have to be Sobble. I may or may not have cried over Sobble. Look, I am a simple woman. I don't know what to tell you. I see cute things, I scream, and I cry over them. And Sobble, sweet, cute, adorable little Sobble. Yeah, it killed me. It killed me. So you can tell which one of the 3 is my favourite, but we will talk about the others. So Grookey, I think Grookey looks really awesome. It's quite a mischievous kind of Pokemon. And overall the design for it looks really cool. I'm curious about whether or not it's going to be maybe even some kind of fighting type Pokemon when it evolves, because as you can see, it can take the little stick on its head leaf out, since you can see it drumming it against the ground. So it makes you wonder, if it evolves, maybe there'll be some sort of like bow staff action happening there. If so, I would be down for that. And then we have Scorbunny. Perhaps it's going to be some kind of fire fighting Pokemon, I assume, when it evolves. Now, take from that what you will, but there is a running theme I've noticed within most starter Pokemon from my research, and there's usually a fire/fighting type of Pokemon present, and I feel like Scorbunny is probably going to fit the bill, because we do see that it is a fire type in the trailer. And for some reason I get kind of a soccer vibe to it. That sounds very strange, but hear me out. The new region is, I guess you could say, based off of Britain. So, and they're really big on their soccer. That's just a theory. That is just a theory. But the name Scorbunny does get the old imagination going in regards to what its name means. If I had to rank the 3 starting Pokemon, I would probably rank them from least interesting to most interesting as Scorbunny, Grookey, Sobble. Now keep in mind, these are just personal opinions. If you really like Scorbunny or Grookey as your top fave, that's fine. I'm not shitting on anybody for liking or not liking certain Pokemon. I will shit on one thing, however, and that is there's already Rule 34 art. Guys, come on. It hasn't even been a day! And there's all... We can see that all 3 of these starters have really interesting personalities though. For example, Grookey, like I said earlier, has a more mischievous and kind of filled with curiosity, kind of the Curious George sort of vibe about him, which is probably why it climbs the tower at the end, because he wants to survey its surroundings, you know? Go check out the scenery, the new region, because it's probably new to Grookey, as it's going to be new to us. Scorbunny, on the other hand, is always running around, full of energy, because the first thing we see is him hopping all over the place, running around, literally feet on fire. He's just a bundle of excitement, and he's ready to go, and quite literally probably kick some butt. And then we have Sobble, who is completely different from the other 2 Pokemon, as they're more timid, and actually hides himself in the water with camouflage. I actually kind of like that it's based off a chameleon, because just chameleons are cool. Chameleons are just really cool. And at one point we do see Sobble climb a tree to run away from Grookey. Big mood. Sometimes you just don't want to do social interaction, so you just gotta go up a tree. I get that. I can relate. Now onto the next really cool thing, which is something that I'm quite excited about personally, and that is the new region. So the new setting is the Gala region, and just looking at it, I really like it. It's got like this typical sort of rural British countryside look to it, along with some more industrial aesthetics to it, as we can see in quite a few parts of the trailer here and there. And it's such a huge area as well, which is something I'm looking forward to exploring and having some fun in. But along with these like really pretty country sort of quaint aesthetics, we've also got a more industrial side to it as well. There is some like clockwork aesthetics going on, and it's not quite steampunky, but more towards the industrial side than the fantasy-esque steampunk aesthetic. Honestly, it looks fantastic. It's gorgeous, honestly. They did a really nice job with designing the areas that we're going to get to explore and find some Pokemon in. One of the parts I was quite impressed with in the trailer is not only are the outside areas quite, well done and pleasing to the eye, but also there's a mine area as well that also looks really cool. I don't know what's in there, but it looks good. Usually I'm not too much of a fan of the mining areas that you get to go into, or the cabin areas in Pokemon games. However, this looks pretty cool. I'm quite curious to see how it pans out, because it looks neat. It just looks neat. There is also a split second in the trailer that's showing an image in the grass on a hill, and depending on your interpretation of it, could be alluding to a new legendary Pokemon. Who knows? But the image itself it definitely draws your attention to it, and it's very detailed to be, just some random imagery in the background. I mean, it clearly means something. But what exactly it means, I don't know. If it is a legendary Pokemon, just looking at it with the lightning bolts that you can see that have been carved into the grass on the hill, it could be an electric type Pokemon, I'm not sure. But that's just my guess as to what the heck it could be, if it even is anything. Now, I'm relatively new to Pokemon games, so this is all new territory to me. The last game that I played was Pokemon Sun. So, new player, be nice. But I am really excited to see how this pans out and learning more about what Sword and Shield is. I also really like the name, Sword and Shield. You can't get more British than that. I've seen some people be like, I'm not too sure about the naming, but personally, I think the naming is really cool. I'm also just a big sucker for swords and shields in general, so I might be a bit biased, but yeah, I think the name is okay. I mean, it's definitely different from the past names that we've had, which are usually colour-based, or, with Sun and Moon, that was different as well. So, Sword and Shield is definitely separate from those, but it still sounds pretty cool to me. Overall, I think the starter Pokemon look really fun and exciting. Even the ones I'm not too excited about, like I'm not personally too excited about Scorbunny. However, I still think it looks really interesting as a Pokemon. These feel like they have more personality than the last starters that we got. And that's saying something, because I liked Litten. Litten was my fave. However, I feel like these ones just have a little bit more personality than Gen 7 starters. Anyway, those are just my thoughts and ramblings and general opinions of how Pokemon Sword and Shield looks. I'd love to hear what you're thinking down below. Are you excited about it? Are there certain things that you're not too keen on, or that you're really keen on? I'd love to hear them. As someone that's very new to the Pokemon franchise as a whole, I'm really excited to get stuck into this when it comes out late this year. And yeah, just learn more about it, see what the legendaries are like when they eventually come out. If you guys want to see more Pokemon related content on the channel, be sure to hit the thumbs up button so I know that you guys actually like this. And it gives me a bit more incentive to do more of these things, since I know that you guys actually, find this stuff interesting. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to jump into it and learn more. Just excitement! Consider supporting me on Patreon, as it feels to grow for my content's quality and the variety and production of said content that you guys get to see. all here on the channel. And of course, a massive thank you to my current patrons, of course. They are Cosmoronic, Nicholas Montoya, Caroline Richardson, Cooladora, and Kay. And if you want to see your name shouted out at the end of the video like these guys, do hop over onto Patreon and have a look around at the cool rewards on offer. Anyway guys, it's IceWire signing off, and I'll see you guys later next time on the channel. Have a lovely day / night wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!